Oh, shit.
Right off the bat.
Ladies and gentlemen, Crown of Thoughts, Sherry and Brian of Wicked Seed reunion episode.
Yeah. We are kind of started with a couple minutes early, though.
Yes, of course. So you guys fucking, when I left, you kept going, you had other singers?
We had one other singer, he's still with us. But we jammed without a singer for a while. It took us a while, yeah. And then you knew the drummer, Flux, that continued for a while.
Oh, the fucking drummers bouncing. There's just like a streaming drummers.
Yeah.
Basically.
I got on to the point where I was putting hate posts out about drummers on Facebook. Like, all drummers suck.
Well, I did that fucking thing with Billy. That guy is so negative, dark inside. I'm like, anyway.
How long did that last?
Well, he does that shredding thing, but as far as like actually making a song,
yeah, he has the fingers.
So did you do anything since that?
Nope. I got sick of it because I worked so much. I'd be going to work and then jumping right over to practice and then going home and going to bed and getting. It was like I need the breathing room to do the fucking chill thing.
And we were practicing twice a week too, so it was pretty intense.
We
fucking shit. I was painting apartments. I remember that.
Oh yeah.
That was a good
apartments. All right, I was trying to think, like, we did a bunch of shows, but I don't remember how many I was there for. Like, how many?
Sherry might know a number, do you know?
Because you always got the shows.
I mean, like 10 or 12, something like that.
We did Forest Inn. We did fucking...
well, we did 2 at Wheelie Bar. We did the first thing at the Depot. We did Creekside Inn 2 times or 3 times.
2 times? How many? Twice, right?
At least twice. So then...
That Creekside Inn one.
We did Bren's Pub.
Oh, yeah.
3 times?
Because that one was recorded. We did that weird metal fest that had only like 4 bands. And they were trying
we played with them twice. This band, Godsend.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did. Oh no, they were to Creekside Inn once. No, we did 2. Didn't we? 2 Metal Fest shows.
Okay, yeah, we went up to Creekside Inn as a guest the first time, and then the other 2 times we were hosts.
Yeah, but when we did the Fall Festival of Metal with Godsend.
Yeah.
There was that one band. That one band, when you clicked on the video, the dude like strips naked and dances on a pentagram or something. I was like, we're gonna play with those guys.
That would have been cool.
I didn't like the video; it was traumatizing.
Was that even?
Well, the hell of it is.
Was that the Godsend video?
No.
I don't know. That wasn't even a band that we jammed with, was it?
Yeah, we jammed with them at the Fall Festival of Metal at the Firehouse.
Was that the band that had the?
He was out there singing about like this marshmallow. Stay Puff and this and that, and what the hell was their name?
Or was it a one leg? Yeah, one leg. Or
yeah,
one
the guy had one arm, and he was playing the drums then.
Like Def Leppard.
At that show.
Like Def Leppard.
Yeah,
and he had a snare drum on a kick, and he had his kick drum, and then he had like 3 pedals. One of the pedals was a snare down there too that he could add.
You'd think if like anything you would just decide I can't do that if you had one arm, you'd be drunk.
Well, he's playing bass now with one arm.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
He's just like, fuck it.
Yeah, that's what
this
impressed
is what
me
I have.
most
This
about
is
that.
what I'm going to do.
That's why I'm like, I don't want to hear anybody's excuse.
He's passing
this guy plays bass with one arm.
He was passing
Yeah.
CDs around. Here's my other band. I'm playing bass.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah, awesome. I can't think of the name of that band, but that video, it was funny because he sent it to me, and I didn't really watch all of it. I watched just a little bit of the beginning, and I think I shared it. And then at practice, you were like, did you watch that whole video? That guy got naked at the end. And I was like, oh, fuck. No, I didn't watch the whole video. I did after that.
Yeah, that thing was little. The band was fine, though. I think they just had that video. Because they were fairly normal. It's not like he did that at the fucking show.
Yeah, they were.
Thank God.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I'd say we did maybe 12 shows because we did the one in Philly at the legendary
South
Dogs.
Street.
Oh, that was the coolest one.
We did the Creekside Inn at least twice. We did Willard Bar twice.
Was the Creekside in the Coatesville one?
That was the one that was way up in the boonies.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
And then remember we had the guy, he kept coming up trying to talk me into, you need a mic for your kick drum. And he was trying to talk me into going over to his house to get a kick drum mic. I'm like, no, I'm good on that. I think we'll be all right with that one.
Then there is that con artist at the Wheelie Bar.
The
Right?
Central PA Music Festival.
Oh,
That con artist.
trying to think of his name. Oh, what was his name?
Nick Song.
Nick Song.
Is that it?
Yeah, Nick
That's
Song.
why it's stupid, man.
My last name is Song.
And me and Brian did a commercial for that. We went over there to, what is Lapsmont Farms or whatever.
Yeah, some really nice fields and had a big old
Like, we want to see
pavilion.
you at the Central PA Music Festival.
Say it again, they said. Say it again. Well, we want to see you.
I have that down in the basement on the computer somewhere.
you?
Yeah, I do.
I haven't seen
I
that.
saved it when it was up. 'Cause they since took it down.
They put it on. They put it on TV. We saw it once, I think. I saw
Yeah.
one
Oh,
commercial.
on TV.
Yeah, they aired it on.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a radio.
No, they're trying to do it on Fox 43 or something, right?
Yeah, that was a big scam
That's
fest.
fucking crazy.
I can't believe it. I wonder how much money he got out of people.
Or not much.
I'm pretty sure he got. Figured out. There
Oh,
were how
yeah.
many bands involved?
Oh, it was a lot.
Someone was gonna hold him responsible.
But the
I think we were too lazy.
yeah, yeah, because we had a contract and everything with them. I forget how much we were supposed to get paid to do that.
I always kept holding out hope that eventually he'd be like, "Just kidding, we're having the show tomorrow. Come on out." I'm like, "Oh, all right, we'll be there." Nope, nobody else will be there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was wild. So, what was your favorite show that we played?
I like the Tourist Inn one, and yeah, because a couple of my buddies came to that one. And it was fun. Kind of just kept partying. Didn't we go back to Dude's house after that one?
Over Matt's.
The Shroom Do.
Yeah.
He made the Shroom Do.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's not gonna work, man.
Yeah, there was
He's
there were
like,
some
I can
clips.
make Mountain Dew with mushrooms. I'm like, I don't believe you. I drank some of the Shroom Dew and the walls started melting. I'm like, okay, I believe you.
Yeah, that was pretty gross.
Dude fucking gave me this
Oh, nice.
sticker.
Yeah.
Fucking Wicked Seed
Wicked Seed sticker.
medical use.
Yes, that's what it says.
Because if you practiced with Wicked Seed, you had to smoke like 5 blunts, or it wasn't happening.
Yeah, I guess I kind of pushed that on people a little bit.
Yeah, man. I wish you wouldn't have done that.
I'm bad.
Peer pressure.
Just say no.
I got everybody wants tobacco.
Like this. This is just a standard cigar that you buy from the store.
Yeah.
I think my favorite one that we played was the Creekside Inn when it was the fall. What was it? The horror jam or whatever. It was our second show, I think, and we had God's in there and Hero in Red, I think, was the other band.
Oh yeah, yeah. They were fucked because the one was a cover band.
And wasn't there
Yeah,
another
They
band
did
too?
all the coolest songs.
Some band that sang Beth or something. Or was that a different?
Cryptid, maybe? Was their
Cryptid,
name?
yeah, Cryptid.
Yeah.
They're still actually running around.
Yeah, they're from Maryland or something.
Yeah, they still.
That was my favorite show because I felt like it was real packed and the energy was just so cool. Everybody was all into it.
Yeah, because like the South Street one was kind of.
That
It was awkward feeling, but it was cool. It wasn't like you're talking about all the bands are chilling with each other.
Yeah.
Thinking back on it afterwards, like that one was the coolest for a lot of things that happened on the way there and on the way back and stopping at. I don't know if you guys were in the cars that went to the cheesesteaks.
Yeah, we did.
got
Yeah,
the
we went and got
authentic
Philly
Yeah, we did.
cheesesteaks.
and there's
Yeah.
nowhere to park.
But at that show, the sound guy, I guess I rubbed him the wrong way because, you know, I always set the video camera up. I recorded every show. And when I set it out there, it wasn't really close to him, but it was like off to the side of him. And he was like, I'm not watching that. You better not think I'm watching that. And then when we were up on stage, he cut the bass out. Like the bass cut out, like completely went out. And like the room was filled with a lot of people. And then when the bass cut out, he dragged it out for a minute or two. Everybody cleared the room. And then when it came back on, a bunch of people came back up because there's bands in the basement. But I think he did that. I think that guy did that to be a dick. He's like, all right, bitch, you put your camera near me. Turn you down right in the middle of your set.
A lot of fucking weirdos you meet doing that shit.
Oh, speaking of weirdos or whatever, at that same show, remember the drummer that went up there for the one guy? I forget what band was up there, but they had keyboards and a bunch of other instruments and stuff. I think there was a horn of some sort, but the drummer went up and he had a mask on. The guy was in the crowd the whole time. And he put that giant mask, like rubber mask on. I don't even know what it was, but it was kind of like not Jason Voorhees, but the other guy, Michael Myers kind of. It was kind of like, but it had a little more detail to it. And he had that mask on, and he went up there and he was playing drums and just looking at everybody and moving his head around and smiling. I was like, I love this.
Yeah, that was cool that he had the mask. Yeah, that's kind of a shame you haven't done nothing at all since then. Like, not even here on your own.
Well, I just I made this doc. Oh yeah, I sent it to you. It was a documentary.
Yeah, that was cool.
And one dude that I used to rap with was like, I want one verse on this mixtape. And I'm like, fuck it, I can do that. Then he's like, I'm gonna produce your album. I was like, fuck. So I'm gonna do that. I don't know what's gonna happen.
That's cool.
Like I said throughout that whole documentary, fucking no money.
What's the little you offer you just got?
Oh, I hate these stupid pop-ups.
You got an offer.
Wait.
You think the dude's answering the text to bring you shit, and it's like Tubi has a new movie.
Oh.
Yeah, I still listen to the old stuff a lot.
Oh, this is something I wanted to say because there was a time we went to a second place and recorded 4 songs.
Oh yeah.
I don't have those songs. Do you guys have those?
Somewhere.
Yeah.
And we never got completed.
Because there was songs. Because I have like 10 of them.
Yeah.
And there's at least 1 or 2 we did that weren't on the other.
Right. Yeah, none of that ever got released because it never got completed.
That dude was a dickhead too.
Right, yeah. Well, he's the one that did our first album.
Oh, is he the same guy?
But when he did it the first time, it was like, I guess he was newer at it, and we had a real big hand in the mixing and mastering of it. Like, we sat there in a room with him and we're like, okay, you know, we like this or do that.
Like everyone was involved.
Right, but when we did it the second time, after he recorded us, then he was like, we're not doing it like last time. I'm doing this myself. And then it sounded like garbage. It was bad. And then we were like, well, I was sending him stuff. He's like, just send me anything if you want anything adjusted. So I was sending him messages like, oh, at this number, like 1 minute and 48 seconds, can you do this? Or, you know, bring this up or do that. And he just wasn't doing it. So that was pretty much a wasted effort.
You picked that as your career and your job, at least like what you're doing. You know what I mean? It just seemed miserable the whole time.
Oh yeah, and it's like, dude, my job is so much more stressful.
We're giving you hundreds of dollars on the hour.
What his fucking thing is that he thinks.
But the first time it was better. Like he didn't. I guess because he was more of a beginner at it or something, or maybe
he wasn't Mr. Cool.
Yeah. And I was real happy with that. That CD came out pretty good. But yeah, I'll have to look for that. I have it on like a memory card somewhere or something. But
yeah, because I haven't.
Yeah, because I have the one, and I'm like, it like occurred to me. I'm like, we did, because there was a song that was real heavy that I screamed in a bunch, and I don't remember how it sounds. I know it's on one of them 4 tracks. There's something because we did a couple songs that aren't on the other shit.
I think Was
You
not
have more
to
than
me,
what I have,
yeah.
I think. I mean, I just go to YouTube and look for stuff.
I got 10.
Or I'll
10
just text
songs.
Sherry and be like, hey, remember that one song from that one place? Can you put that up somewhere? Can you find it? And like a day or so later, she'll be like, I found it.
Yeah, I think all of it except for those other four.
Yeah, well, it's definitely somewhere, but we never released it, so it's not on YouTube. It's nowhere easily accessible. Maybe in old emails back and forth when we first got them or something like that.
We could put it on. I could put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that pisses me off is to put shit on YouTube, like with these things. Maybe because it's video, but it takes like a fucking day to upload.
Some stuff does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably
Oh my
takes
God.
forever with videos.
I didn't know.
Still.
Yeah, when I do that, like if it's a whole, like if we play a show and I put the whole show
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
it takes
exactly.
forever. Even
This
just
fucking
one
neighbor
song.
with his fucking motorcycle.
Mhm.
One day I'm gonna snap on him.
I hear that all
I
day
try to
long.
calm down, but it's like he has this motorcycle and he's on the sidewalk in front of his house and he just sits there and revs it. It's like you don't remember what it sounded like yesterday. I do. What are you doing? Drive somewhere.
Yeah, right.
You want that at all?
No thanks.
You're not impressing
That
your
one tastes
neighbors because we all fucking hate you.
But yeah, I think some of my favorite stuff that we did, I really liked when Shane was there, of course, and I really liked your lyrics for Fake. I like that. I like Bedridden and Brain Dead. That was one we never really finished. Do you remember
Oh
that?
yeah, I forgot. I don't have that.
No, the best ones
That
were
was
the,
cool. I don't even remember what it sounds like.
Yeah, I like that. And then the one with Shane that he was singing there, like one of the last practices, or it was the last practice with him. We were gonna hit somebody with the baseball bat in the back of the brain. Orbs, that's what I called it.
That was a good one.
Fucking, you guys made me do home. I'm like, I don't want to do that.
I really actually like that though.
Yeah, it came out all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I didn't, because I was like, I can't do that. I've never sang like a song that you would have to sing.
Yeah. Yeah, you were out of your element, but
Yeah, exactly.
I think you pulled it off, and I like that. I actually really like the way that you did. You might be doing like singing, then you might be screaming, or you might throw some rap in there. It was
Very versatile.
it was very original though, and unique to what was out here. I feel like
Yeah, you said the fucking, someone commented somewhere. Like, what's this singer? Something like this singer can't figure out what he's trying to.
I think that
I don't know,
was
something about like he.
There were
he
some
keeps
negative
switching up so
posts
much.
that
Yeah.
came on one radio station feedback, I think. Right? Just one or two negative posts or so that came from a negative.
well, what you're probably thinking of is I did on Reverb Nation. You can do a crowd review. You can get crowd review, and it could
I
be
guess
like.
what it was.
Yeah, and I got that done on someone like maybe
They weren't
3
being
or 4.
negative. They were just saying this singer's got like schizophrenia.
But some of them it
You're
was
like, I
like
agree.
some of them reviews it would be like your grandma, reviewed it or something. Like it wasn't. It should be reviewed by people that like that genre or something. I think they just pick anybody.
Well, I wish my grandma could review it. She would give it a thumbs
My grandma would have been like,
My
what
grandma
the
would
hell?
be some kind of ashamed of me. She wouldn't eat. She would not buy a hell of a good dip because of the name. She wouldn't eat rum candies.
up.
My grandma. What's up, Kanga? Kanga appears in every episode.
Oh yeah, show hog.
she's-
Very friendly cat.
How did you come up with that name?
That's just the name it was at the SPCA. I don't believe in changing the names.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Like, what if someone came over and picked me off a shelf and was like, "Your name's now Luke"? I'm like, what the fuck? That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I usually don't.
I know it's a cat.
Although I have a dog her name was Pandora, and I changed it to Panda.
You got all these
That's
dogs, like a
that's
tiny
good.
one and a giant one, and fucking.
You remember the little one used to untie your shoelaces?
It's like I'm trying to be nice, dog, but this has happened a bunch of times. I know it's about to occur.
Yeah, he's still a dick.
I'm gonna I had to slowly back away from it so it only hit the toes instead of the back of the ankles, because that's when it really hurt.
Ankle biter. That's what the dog's name for the ankle biter.
That's little. I call him Little Hun, but I joke that it's Attila the Hun.
Right.
Hun's his name.
Did you have a cat? Also,
I don't know. I think I had 2 cats then.
and how many dogs?
Oh, I don't know.
A rotating door of between
It might have been.
5 to
It
7.
was like, yeah, pretty much.
A lot of fucking dogs.
I know. I went through this like rescue dog thing for a long time there. I did finally stop, but I still have 6
Gave
dogs.
up the dog addiction.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm tapering off.
Well, they do have like the rescue. You rescue the dogs, and you save them, and then you find a home.
I know, yeah.
You
Well,
don't keep them.
Oh, you temporarily take them to
Yeah,
like,
you
figure out what
foster
to-
them.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
yeah,
take-
but I haven't.
Like you're like a
been
branch off of
successful.
the SPCA. Basically.
better than.
But yeah, I'm down to 6 and they're all pretty old now. No more. Because you can't do shit. Like if I want to go to the beach for the weekend or something, how am I doing that with all them animals? You know what I mean?
I know. I just have a cat now, and I'm like, I can't wait to go fucking hiking for a week. And then like a day before I go, I'm like, oh shit, I have a cat.
Oh,
What the fuck am I gonna do?
you get one of them self-feeder things. You know what I mean? It holds like 5 pounds of cat food. And they have ones for water. Should
That
be
cat-
alright.
They put crack in the cat food because when the cat
Don't
was
say
little,
that. Some people will be like, I'm going out and get some cat food.
Well, that's that'd be the next fad.
it's like I used to feed
Don't
the cat.
slurp cat food, guys.
The treats are the fucking. The treats are the good shit.
It's cat crack.
Well, catnip is already like
the
crack.
cat's looking at us like I know you're talking about.
So you got some treats. You say you got some treats.
I used to feed the cat meals, like what I would eat. I would feed it like a fish fillet, fucking salmon or something, and the cat would eat it. And then once it started on the dry food, it won't eat anything else.
Yeah.
They put crack in. Do you think the FDA? Do you think they're monitoring cat food?
I don't know.
They're putting fucking crack in
I believe it. Like I switched my one cat to canned food. She doesn't have any teeth now. So I put her on canned
She's
food.
geeked out on the canned food, teeth falling out.
That is not true.
Doesn't come out right. I had to switch her.
Your cat lost his teeth for eating crack.
That came out wrong. She has to eat canned food now because she doesn't have any more teeth. So.
Oh. So
But that was funnier the
So
other
what
way.
it was. It was.
We'll further confirm
Oh,
your
shit.
theory here that there's crack in cat food.
Yeah, I'll just go with whatever strengthens my theory.
Oh. So where are you working now?
Oh, gram packaging.
Oh
Like fucking plastic bottles. I'm part of the problem.
Oh, after one.
There's
I'll forget.
there's
the
a
name. Is
pile of plastic that's twice the size of Texas in the middle of the ocean, and I can pump
Kill
out
all the sea
fucking
life.
26,000 plastic bottles an hour. It's kind of makes you think a little bit.
Yeah.
That could
What
all
you
be
doing
you.
12-hour shifts or something?
Yeah, I
I
do.
worked there for 2 days.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Matt and I did. He couldn't stand
Oh, that's
it.
right. I remember.
I didn't mind it
2
honestly,
days too many.
but I had an easy job. He didn't like what he was doing.
Yeah, I'm
It's
gonna get back working here soon.
It's stressful, but it's like you need some amount of stress, or you're just gonna be like a blob all day. If you have too much stress, you're gonna have a fucking heart attack. So, but now that I have all these days off, because I work only 12-hour shifts now, I signed a
Yeah, so when
contract.
you work 3 days and then 4 days and 3 days and 4 days, is that what I think what it was?
I'll work Monday and Tuesday, and then I'll have off Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'll work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Next week is the opposite. I'll have off Monday, Tuesday. I'll work Wednesday, Thursday, and have off Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
So it flip flops.
That was what I thought was appealing about that job.
You have off.
The shorter
You
deal.
only
amount of
work
days.
half the days in the year. I'm working up all 15 days a week, which I worked so much that I was just stressed. I had started having these days off, and I was fucking around with the computer and made this shit as a podcast, and accomplished some other shit. But it's like I worked constantly. People that fucking work every single day except for a couple of days don't do anything. Because them couple of days off, you just sleep.
Well, if you spend a day taking care of your other shit you gotta deal with, and then one day resting.
I don't have a lot of other shit I gotta deal with, but
yeah, that's good.
But yeah, so I like the shift. Because 12 hours don't mean shit to me.
Yeah, we did third shift in there. It was like it was only 2 days, but we felt like we were fucking dead while we walked out of there in the morning.
Yeah, they made
Getting used to that, you know.
They made me do third shift for 2 years.
Oh, really?
It was just like, you have to do this now, next week. And I'm like, and they're like, it'll only be for 2 weeks. And then 2 years later, I got off the damn shift.
Damn.
You got water.
That's how those fucking places work.
You got the one in the freezer?
It's all in the freezer. But that was always my problem. I worked too damn hard. And it's like, now I can make the same money basically.
Yeah,
I have a million days off.
Right.
I'm like, fuck, Annie gave me a $2,500 sign-on bonus. So I made a contract, I'll do that shit for a whole year.
No shit.
Basically.
Sorry.
So before that, I worked like 27 days in a row. Because no one wanted us to work right now.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I can't do this. And then he's like, well, he told me about this shift. He said nobody fucking wants it. Because it's weird how it flip-flops.
Yeah.
That's why no one wants it.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. Well, for me, I don't got nothing else going on. And I could use some time off.
Okay.
I'm sure most people like got kids and stuff, they need their weekends for specific things. This fucking cat's crazy.
I see. So when you there's editing and stuff involved in this, right?
No, because I don't know how to do it.
You got to cut out all the dead space, like when we're not talking.
Well, I wouldn't know how anyways.
Huh?
I can, with MP3s, I can do any fucking thing I want with it. This is MP4, and I don't know how to do anything to it. I'm still trying to figure that out. Someone said I can turn it into, I can take it from MP4 and put it into MP3 format, edit the sound, and then put it back into MP4, but it don't make sense. I don't know how to do it.
You just have to have the right.
When I figure that out, I can edit shit.
Yeah.
Basically, that's my plan.
That's cool. You don't have to edit.
But a podcast is supposed to be fucking raw.
Right.
Like you're just chilling in your room.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Right. But I'm bad at that.
That bullshit.
No, I'm actually pretty good at bullshit, and it's just that being on camera, I'm bad at. What's that?
That's a,
What's this thing?
that's a bedridden and brain dead song.
Oh, I don't have this song.
That's on YouTube. There's probably a lot.
I need to get this song.
It's like way down in YouTube.
This is crazy. I fucking remember making it. Oh shit, I remember fucking doing it.
And then you said,
I only have a certain amount of songs, so I don't know which ones.
and here I lay.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Another day.
That's pretty badass.
Oh man, why don't I have that one? Because I have like one folder, and I'm in my head. I'm
I
like,
think the
that's
only
not-
ones we really, like I sent you, those were like the stuff we did in the studio, but I upload a lot of this onto the YouTube page, It's still there, but some some of it's like way down, and some of it might be private.
Was this a practice?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what this is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why I don't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know if we recorded this anymore.
No, I don't think it ever. We have
Like,
so many things that
never
we
played
did, but
this
didn't
out.
ever
So
really
you can
finish.
send me a link to this.
Yeah.
This is YouTube.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's fucked up when someone plays something that you did and you don't recognize it.
Yeah.
And then after a while, it's like, oh shit, I remember.
That's every freestyle when she's like, remember what we did last week? Here, listen. I'm like, oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, no, I'll be like, come on, you did this. Here, do that.
Do it again.
No, it sounded really good when you did that. Do that.
Yeah, because we would just leave the recorder on during practice. Because it's like, we're just, something in there is going to be worth salvaging and thrown into something.
Yeah, like, there's a bunch of videos, you know, with Shane and there's a bunch with Jay. I remember that one time we had the basement flood down there. I don't know what was coming in from upstairs. It was coming in like...
Oh, and the fucking instruments are at stake.
Yeah, Jay got the trash can and was holding it under it. It was just coming down at one spot over by the bar.
It's weird. I try to think of the drummers. I know Jay and Clint.
I mean, they
Because
were...
them I got along with, but there were other ones that I don't even hardly remember.
was like
there was
a-
a younger guy.
That was Brian. He played up at the Creekside Inn.
Yeah, I have no fucking idea who that is in my head. I'm like, I don't
He was,
know.
He was only there maybe a month. A lot of
He
these
dated my
guys...
sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's how he
And
got
I met him
So
at
you know who
I
it
met
is.
him at a family reunion, and the next week he was playing drums for us.
But a lot of those guys were just, like trying out, checking us out. You know what I mean? It was filling in until we figured something out.
Yeah.
But when we had that Eric dude, he was a young guy.
I really thought he had a lot of potential.
He
He was
did.
like
Who was that?
He was a
blonde-haired
young
kid.
Yeah, he was
Taller.
really young, skinny, tall, and
Remember we
blonde
took the
hair.
one picture, I can remember, we took the
Oh,
one
that
picture out by the
reminds
truck. Out, at
Oh
Cherry.
yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah, he was an alright guy.
See,
yeah,
like-
he was
He had a
seemed
lot
like he
going
was
on.
angry off, but in a good way.
young Eric.
Focused anger.
Yeah, exactly.
He kept in touch for a while after that,
Yeah, because he did a good job, honestly.
but he was in college and shit. He had too much going on in his life.
Yeah, it seemed like he just had. He didn't really want to not do it. He just had too much shit going
Right.
on.
Yeah, but he still went on to the list.
Oh, here we go.
Onto the list of drummers that I'm mad at.
Get a tattoo across your arm all the time, the drummer.
Man, I need to use both arms.
But Jay and Clint are the only other ones that I really remember.
Here, this one we did that's Brian, the Brian guy.
Yeah, that guy.
But that was funny and shit to me when we did the prison
pictures.
jumpsuits.
The prison
And we're
jumpsuits.
doing it, and Brian's was like huge, way too big. And then yours was like riding up your ass, and it looked like
Yeah, if you hold it close enough, you might lose focus.
your waist
Yeah, you see
cut
that.
up a little maybe. There you go. Sometimes
What
that.
good is this?
I can't get the knee.
But your jumpsuit was too short, and it was like up your ass. And when we were putting them on, you were like, I didn't sign up for this. That was cracking me up. Like, come on, just do it.
I had the worst one.
It was pretty cool looking the picture.
Yeah, they did come out pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I never did a thing with that truck. That's still sitting out there.
The same truck.
Yeah. Or it
Fucking the truck that just sits there.
was.
It's like the guy on the couch.
How long has it been not inspected?
Oh, well, it was my dad's before I had it.
So at least.
And who
7
knows
or 8
how long
years.
it was not inspected when he had it, because it just sat in his yard, too.
I'll give and I'll pass it to my kids so it can
That's
sit in their
right.
yard.
Exactly. And I gotta figure out which one's gonna keep it and let it sit in the yard.
Yeah, right. You know, for you give it to the wrong one, they're gonna sell it.
Yeah, they'll just, I get asked to buy that like 15 times a year. It's crazy. My neighbor's always like, "Oh, so and so is over here, and they want to buy your truck." I'm like, I'm really tired of hearing about the truck. Do you want me to move the truck? Like, I'm not selling the fucking truck. She always tells me she won't get rid of it. It was her dad's. But yeah, I don't know how many years he had it that it wasn't inspected, but I had it since he died, and that was 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lived in it at one point.
Fucking joke.
It's a cool truck. It really don't even need that much. It needs like an air cleaner. It doesn't have an air cleaner at all on the top of the motor, and probably a carburetor rebuild because it's sat so long.
Yeah.
Some new tires.
So candy inside, sign on the side.
I can't even reach the gas pedals and shit. If I sit in there in the seat, I can't reach. I'm gonna need like extension.
Extension.
Yeah, because I tried driving
Still.
it. I can't reach. We had it running and I drove around development and then it shut off. And then it would restart. It's restarted a couple times and I ended up dragging it back home with my car.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't drive it.
Well, you know, as get driven once every 15 years or so.
Make sure everything's working. It's gonna turn into a transformer.
It's got like a rustic look.
Yeah, it
To the
reminds
yard.
me of the Smashing
Plant flowers
Pumpkins.
and-
I tell them I use it for a shed, but really I don't even use it
You
for a
don't have
shed.
nothing in there.
There's a couple things in there, but not much.
So, I was hanging out with my buddy, talking about Smashing Pumpkins, and he's like, "What albums do you listen to?" And I'm like, "Well, Gish, Pisces Iscariot, Siamese Dream, and Melancholy. What other albums are there?" He said they've been making albums this whole time.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, the last one really sucks. He said, I'm like,
I do have to say a lot of them aren't that good. I mean, I lost interest. The albums you mentioned are the same ones that I like.
Yeah, it's like he told me to play a song off the new one, and it is fucking horrible.
Yeah, a lot
I
of
don't
them are
know
bad.
what sound that's trying to be, but I don't like it.
He had a different chick bassist for a while. I don't know. I don't remember her name. I don't know what year. It was before.
Where do you leave his girl?
Well, they never like made amends with each other or whatever. They're really not cool with each other.
So maybe it's like the band. Maybe when it just started being Billy Corgan
It changed.
instead of Smashing Pumpkins, that's
mean-
probably why it sounded better, because he's got egotistical.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to listen to it now.
Well, I mean, there's some good stuff on
Smashing
Machina.
Pumpkins.
The Machina album has a couple good songs. There's a really good one on there. I watched a documentary about it, and the drummer, Jimmy Chamberlain, it's a long, like the drum part's like one long part. But they said the two of them went somewhere and holed up at some place and like stayed there for a couple weeks and just recorded shit, just the two of them. For Machina, I think they recorded that whole album. It was just Jimmy Chamberlain and Billy Corgan. And yeah, Jimmy Chamberlain played that song. I'll have to pull it up. The whole on the first take when they recorded it, he recorded it with no mistakes in the first take, and it's pretty badass. But I saw them when they had the other chick bassist, and the songs were pretty.
That confused me because I thought it was the same person. I can't play anything because it'll pop up with copyright.
Oh.
I don't know how it works,
Gotcha.
but it does.
It
'cause
detects
I did it. Yeah, it detects it like scanning something. Because I'm like, how in the fuck? Like that band wouldn't care, and no one knows who they are, and so it's some kind of copyright.
As long as we only play our songs.
Yeah, we can play our shit.
Yeah, but anyway,
that's the only thing.
they weren't that great. I mean, they did a good show. Don't get me wrong; they played well and everything.
Oh, you
but
saw them.
yeah, I saw him when he had the other chick bassist, maybe like 2013 or something like that. And then I saw him 2018 when they did the reunion tour, and they played all the old songs, and that was really fucking good. Really fucking good. It was cool because I went there by myself. I didn't have nobody to go with me. It was in Baltimore. and I got there, and then some guy tried to buy a ticket off me out in like front of the building or whatever. And I didn't have one. We bullshit a little bit. Then I went in, was walking around by myself. I was in the nosebleeds. I got a single ticket in the nosebleeds. And then I ran into them. I was just walking around before the show started, and they didn't have an opener. It was just Smashing Pumpkins. But it was their reunion tour. But I ran into that same dude, and he's like, "Where are you sitting?" I told him up in the nosebleeds, and he's like, "No, you're not. Come with us." And so I went with these dudes I never met before. And the one, he had weed. He was sharing his weed with me. One was sharing his food with me. And then he had the set list for the night somehow. He knew every song that was going to come on, the order they were going to play.
Did they work there? Or
No.
they just knew
I think you can get that online pretty easy now. But I had this really cool time with all these strangers. Like, they were sharing their weed and their food, and they had the set list. I was like, hell yeah. And we were, like, way close up. And I was supposed to be in the nosebleeds. You just pretty much look for empty seats and then just act like they're your seats and just walk over to them like they're yours.
I basically try to do that.
Do you?
It doesn't always work.
Yeah, sometimes they'll kick you out of them, but I mean, I probably wouldn't have never did it that night because I was by myself. But I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going."
And it was a 4-piece band. Just
It
not
was
their original members.
It was the whole original band except for the bassist.
Because they had some relationship or something and got pissed at each other.
Yeah, whatever
I
happened there.
guarantee. I don't care what anyone says. I guarantee that happened.
Right.
Maybe.
And then their sound just stopped. They just stopped sounding like Smashing Pumpkins.
But that
or
show
I just
was-
stopped listening to them.
No, they did
More-
change.
probably more of that.
They changed many times over the years. It's their sound at.
Because Melancholy was the last one I had
Yeah,
that
but
I listened to, but it was different than the other ones.
Yeah.
You can't keep
But it
putting
was
out
like
the
one of
same
the-
songs though. You gotta
Yeah.
mix it up, and like maybe his visions are changing a little. And he wants to put out this album and then go back to more of a core.
Yeah,
Well,
I
you
think so
wonder
because
how
he's a weird
much-
guy, man.
Yeah, he'll
he
jump
is.
around.
It's not a normal. He opened up a fucking wrestling.
I
Company.
saw that.
He owns
No.
a wrestling company.
I think he might have bought the WWE actually, or something to do
Something
with them
like that.
recently.
He loves wrestling apparently. That's like one of his passions in life.
Huh.
He said it's
I heard
like
that Vince McMahon was son.
he's like the fans don't want to know that. They want this certain image. It's like I'm a wrestling fan.
He had some
Yeah.
type of a coffee shop. It was like Madame Zuzu's Tea House or some shit like that.
Probably.
Yeah, and they play like, the kind of music
about
you'd
that.
expect to see in a coffee shop.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's still going on. But I saw them in concert for the Melancholy and Infinite Sadness tour.
Oh yeah.
That I heard only like a couple songs on the radio that I liked, and then they had tickets, and it was right before my birthday. So my birthday's the 7th, and the show was on the 6th. But at midnight, it would be my birthday, and I would be at the concert. So it's like, fuck yeah, I'm going. I barely knew their music. That concert was so awesome, and it was like the loudest concert I've ever been to. But there was hippies down on the floor, like dancing around and spinning around. It was just really, really good. And I was hooked on them after that. That was. But
Melancholy is one of the best albums ever made. And it's like so many different sounds. It's hard. It's like so back and forth.
yeah, it really is definitely back and forth. But yeah, the song that I was talking about with the drummer off the Machine album, I think it's called The United States of America. I really like the drums on that, but he recorded it. It's real long, but he recorded it. It might be like 9 minutes long or something.
This song.
Yeah. But he did his drums all in one take, and they're badass.
They're cool like that. Like on Pisces Iscariot, there's like a 10-minute song. And it's like after like 4 minutes, they just start playing random notes and shit for like the rest of the track. And it's cool. It's not like if I would play random notes. Fucking neighbor.
Every time we talk about music, it just makes me want to play music. Like talking about people.
He's killing the neighbor.
The neighbor with the
Yeah.
motorcycle flying by. It wasn't even the same guy. It's
This
just
is
somebody
this
else
is-
with a
This
motorcycle driving
footage
down the
is
street.
official evidence.
Oh, yeah, you're premeditated now. Now you can't
Oh,
do it.
you definitely have to learn how to edit now.
Yeah, let's say some other weirdo does it. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, right.
I get it. All right, I'll go to.
Someone's gonna watch this video, do it. And
I understand what you guys are thinking. I can't blame you. Fuck.
Oh, my. I'm always at a loss for words. People got to start the
This
conversation.
guy's never at a loss for words.
I know you talk more than anyone.
Right?
I always know.
Let's just be quiet for a minute. Let him get
No,
started.
you have to start
Once he
talking,
starts.
and I interrupt. That's how I do it. You have to start a subject, and I'll interrupt and start
That's true.
taking over it.
All right.
But you got to give me something to work with.
I'm trying to figure out what the best subs.
Now I'm not going to be able to do it. So.
We have fucking PRs. We worked at PRs. That fucking place. Good subs because it's pizza dough for the bread. But it was just one of those jobs.
When I started working there, they had a menu. It was a piece of paper in a lamination, and it was on both sides, and it had 1 through 47 on one side and like 48 through 88 on the other side, and it was just different things that you could get from the kitchen. And I shit you not, half of the numbers had a black marker through it. Then they laminate the paper, and then they give it to customers. Like, these are the half the stuff we don't have. You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, I made new menus. We started doing the pizza dough with the sandwiches and stuff. And
Oh yeah, because you started a lot of the new shit.
when I started there, they had a Spanish guy in there that couldn't speak English. Well, Chrissy and Bob were the owners, and they had just got it because the previous owners won the lottery. So they're like, we're selling it, and you can make payments to us. It's your bar. So they took over the place. And they really, I mean, they were in over their heads, I think, at first. I don't know how they're doing now. They might be doing great, but she was trying to come up with new ideas to do this and that and delivery and everything else, but they
Basically,
didn't want to
you didn't do anything.
advertise.
That was my job. Don't do anything.
Yeah.
I just went in there and didn't do anything.
She's like, I'm like, well, if we're gonna have delivery, we're gonna have to hire another person. And she's like, all right, well then hire another person. So
one delivery.
I brought you in, and we never got deliveries. We were like just hanging out.
It was a
kitchen
cool
the whole
place to
time.
work. I remember she drank so many, like a whole bunch of shots and passed out on the fucking pool table one day.
Yeah.
Because she was the only one. Whoever was supposed to be there wasn't, and I didn't know how to make the pizza. So she's supposed to make the pizza for me. And then she kept taking all these shots and passed out on the pool table, and I'm like, I guess there's no pizza getting made.
I came in. They would get drunk at like 4 o'clock until
What's
4
your
o'clock
PR
in the morning.
song?
Oh, PRs.
Where you were singing about your pizza.
Mayonnaise, lettuce,
I
tomato.
Oh yeah, the lettuce, tomato.
Put it on your sandwich, my friend.
That is one of
I
those-
shared this
one
the
of those
other day,
good
I saw this
and
on
like 4 people liked it. I'm
Oh
like,
my
what?
God,
They
this
don't
is-
even listen to the new shit.
Dude,
Do you
I just
want a
remembered that.
cheeseburger? This like we sing this song like it's been sung 100 million times. You did it like once or twice,
the top
and it was
40
locked
hit.
in.
That's gonna be syndicate sound.
We're going in the
rotation
bathroom
radio,
again.
Station.
And then you said, you better tip me more than $1, and I better not have to search for you, or I'll bury you in your backyard.
Oh man. Oh, we should have recorded that. Who cares? In my head, I was probably like, it's about bullshit. So I
Yeah,
put
but it
in the
was
back
cool.
of my head, but yeah.
I listened to it. Well, I've been listening to it a lot the last
Me.
week.
I listen to fucking Timeless. All
Yeah,
their songs are about
that's true.
bullshit.
Yeah.
This is tripping me out.
He was asking if it can go on like you got Bluetooth speakers in here or.
I can barely tell. I bet half the time I'm not even saying it. This is freestyle.
Yeah, oh, it's totally freestyle. But it's cool. It's pretty cool. I enjoy it.
Dude, that's fucking. Is that on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even see that on there when I looked for videos.
So that's the song I made about fucking subs and shit
Yeah.
from PRs.
Right.
Getting bored.
From working.
And you saying you made a chicken song too. You're like chicken. Oh,
the thawing chicken one.
You're
was,
like,
oh,
really
yeah.
bed of rice.
Because we would throw the
It would
chicken
sure
and that
be
was
nice. With
that
a
was,
lot of asparagus.
that was directly from PRs. That was like what you did
throwing
at
out
work.
because if you don't throw out the wings and someone's like, I want a dozen wings, it's like, yeah, 3 hours from now, bro.
yeah, they're solid frozen. We got to run them underwater and then put them.
It was so, and then you can't do it too early.
Yeah,
So it's a very.
you got to switch it to the thawing chicken song right now.
I wonder how the thing.
Eat yourself.
Yeah, I was wondering,
bitch.
is there a way to
It
hook up
probably-
the volume or no?
It'd probably pick it up just as well as it's picking up our voices.
Alright.
You could set it up here. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, because we used to do a lot of freestyle
Yeah.
songs.
That's how they come about. Little freestyle action. So
I know there's more than what I have. I'll show you like afterwards what I have.
You probably just had the CD.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, there's so much footage.
And then, but I don't have them 4 songs we did at the other place with this.
I think one of those.
It was
or,
the same dude, that asshole guy.
Jesse.
He might
That's
watch
who
this
was
video
Jesse.
and sue us.
really?
What's up?
I'm saying he might watch this video and try to sue us.
We should sue him, motherfucker. Ripped us off.
Yeah, we're not
Yeah,
like
here, Timmy.
identifying.
So we're gonna sue him for being a douchebag.
He didn't even finish our second. But I think maybe one or two of those songs might have been a repeat of the ones that were on the first CD.
Yeah, they were.
And then there
But
was
better
like
versions.
2 or 3 new ones, maybe.
Because
Yeah, I'm clueless.
that's
can
what
barely
I was
remember
thinking. I
what
was like,
songs are where.
some of there were only like
I think
a couple that were
Immortals
written
was
that were
on
new.
there. But maybe that Not To Me song. You can say whatever you want, but not to me. You did that at.
So I wouldn't even remember if it wasn't on that. Oh, I remember when I hear it, but if it wasn't,
Yeah,
I
no
need
doubt.
those 4 songs basically.
All right, I
You
get.
guys got them somewhere.
I definitely have.
That's what I was
somewhere.
gonna say something earlier, but
Here's the chicken song.
the fucking chicken song.
Oh,
You just
my
gotta.
phone's acting down here. There we go. Everything-
Oh my God! Now I remember the chicken song. Chicken. Chicken thawing.
All right, so I want you to.
It was so big now.
So I made multiple songs about food. About food from fucking PRs.
Yeah.
That was the best line in the whole song. With a side of asparagus.
Well, at one point, you keep saying it, and then at one point you just go, asparagus.
I just love the fact that like we're pretty much freestyling it, and every time we go into a changeover, it's like right on point. Like the drums change, the vocals change. You know exactly when it's gonna happen. I'm just up there making noise.
It's such an emotional song.
And that's
About calling out chicken.
Chicken.
Jay Roberts on drums.
Yeah.
That's the That's the younger dude.
No. That's Jay.
Oh, that's Jay.
That's your boy.
Yeah, I thought that song was good.
I listened to the guitar and that, and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, that's cool sounding.
This one I was doing
I'm just
that
winding out notes.
popping. Remember popping nines that we called it popping nines for a while. When we worked with Little J.
Nine.
You remember that?
No.
That's what it was. I forget.
When it gets to
That
almost
should have
finished,
been like
then
our
I'm-
main song we're pushing.
The
Chicken
chicken.
Thorn.
Oh my god.
I should have put that on the radio station.
It
Yeah.
always sounds so much cooler.
That song
years
would have
later.
blew up. Chicken Thorn.
I might have.
That would have lasted. I think it still would last. Still be lasting. All right, so I'm on the page. How did you find Thorn Chicken?
I searched Wicked Seeds chicken.
That's it.
If you just scroll on the videos way down.
If my two viewers that are watching want to find the chicken song,
Well, yeah, right.
how
You're
much
gonna
they
go
do?
to Wicked Seed on YouTube and then search the word chicken. Or you're just gonna go to the Wicked Seed page on YouTube and scroll way to the bottom. Like way down. Like scroll for about 8 minutes and then you'll get to it.
And there'll be a bunch of freestyle songs.
All kinds. What the fuck? I love it.
That's me doing that?
Yeah. Yours is definitely
Oh
louder.
yeah, I was trying to find out.
Alright, well,
But the
Brian-
song's already over now.
well, no, you already did it now, so you can next.
Now you can actually. But now it might be repetitive. You know.
That's crazy. No, that sounds better
Better rise.
It's like Alice in Chains style. On a better rise. It sounds so serious.
No, but it's not serious. You're laughing right there.
Oh,
Yeah, you're sitting there cracking yourself up. I'm not going to rewind it. We're listening to it. Alright.
Chicken thong.
Sorry, his song, Chicken.
We definitely could work with that.
I like working there because I would eat their fucking food.
Yeah.
That's always a nice
I'd
plug
make
in a
my own little
restaurant.
versions of their shit.
Yes.
Just fucking scarf it down real quick.
That's what I loved about all restaurants that I worked at. It's just, I had the creativity to just take whatever they had and make myself something to eat.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Isn't that what got you fired there?
that's what they're saying, but that's what, like, look, when you're a manager of any kind of, like, kitchen, you have you can taste test, you can eat food, you have the right to tell your employees they can have one sandwich a day, you know, and stuff like that. Especially if I had the okay from the owners. They literally were like, you can eat a meal a day, you know, any employee can eat a meal a day. If you want to take something home, bring it in at a cost. I still hold a grudge against that. I should have never got fired. I did so much for them and made the place better. Then they fired me for some dumb reason. It was, look, their bartender, she would drink on the clock, right? And then she'd come back into the kitchen. Well, she went to Sam's Club and brought ranch dressing. And I was like, oh, I want to use Ken's ranch. I'll take that back. Don't worry about it. She's like, there's nothing wrong with this. I was like, don't open that. Takes the lid off, peels the thing back, sticks her finger in it, and goes, this ranch is perfectly fine. I was like, maybe you should manage the kitchen, right? And so we started, like, screaming at each other, and I was like, just leave me alone. Just get out of the kitchen. You know what I mean? And I didn't use that ranch. You know what I mean? But it just irritated me that she was back there acting like, you know what I mean, I didn't have say over what I'm doing in the kitchen. And because they were friends with this bartender, and that was their bar manager, and I was the kitchen
They
manager.
were all buddies.
We were all of a sudden now, any little thing that she has to say about me, they're listening and believe it. So I really think they hated, or she hated me, and they fired me because of that. But they used that I was stealing. But I wasn't stealing. That would be like stealing from myself, basically, because I was trying to make a better food cost, and I was. I made everything better for them. Their sales went up, their food cost or waste went down.
And the fucking.
Speaking of throwing chicken, she'd have somebody make soup and for them, and then they put it in the refrigerator and freezer that barely held temperature. And I was like, "What am I supposed to do with this?" Well, we're gonna run soup every day. All right, I guess we'll run soup every day. That was the bartender's idea. You know what I mean? And she got an outside person to bring soup in, and they were gonna put soup out there. I'm like, "What am I running a kitchen for?" You know what I mean? Like, but whatever. I'm good with them. You trying to stop it or play more?
I was trying to find that remix. This is one I always really liked. It's real short.
But yeah, the fucking. The one bartender's daughter that worked in the factory thought I was retarded. She thought I was fucking retarded. And one day I was like, I'm fucking hot. She was like,
you didn't respond fast enough. She's on speed and you're smoking bud and she just clashed.
Oh, man.
She was cool, right?
I like that you referred to us as grunge when you were.
Well, that's what it seems like.
I mean, I never really thought of it like that,
it's not
but
really a fucking.
It's hard to. It was always hard to label.
Yeah.
It was real hard to label because it was like slow metal or slow melodic. I mean, I wouldn't really even classify it as metal, but then when you look at some bands like Black Sabbath and other like slower metal band, they're considered metal. So I'm kind of like, yeah. But when you say grunge, I was like,
it's just a hard grunge.
That really is grunge. It really is.
Grungy.
There's not a whole lot of rules with grunge either.
Yeah.
It's just like what do we call this music that doesn't have a category? It's kind of in the 90s.
Yeah, right.
And that's kind of it.
That slower style, though, that a lot of the songs were, I think that's one of the reasons that we struggled with drummers a lot, because it was hard for drummers to play. Like, only some drummers can really play with that slower style music, and it's, it just didn't mesh, I guess.
They weren't fucking drummers.
They weren't hitting that snare right on the...
They were like, what the fuck is this?
Every time we had a drummer, I always loved them. You know what I mean? When they're our drummer.
I can only think of 3 of them. I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking of more.
I mean, there were other ones that came over and maybe jammed with a couple weeks. Zach, he's a big dude, and he sang too. Did he come over when Aaron was there?
I can't remember.
Or was it after Aaron left?
I think it was after.
He auditioned for vocals
around
before you, and it did. I mean, he did well. He's a cool guy, but it wasn't his thing. It wasn't wasn't really the right combination.
Zach's more of a folk singer,
but he's a cool
acoustic
guy.
Guitar kind of guy.
But he later came back and played drums with us for maybe a month or a couple weeks.
So I got fill in until you find a new one.
Pretty much is what a lot of it ended
He was
up
branching
being.
At the time when he wanted to, or came over to jam with us. He was trying to do like so many different little things. I think he was trying to find himself or something.
I wish I knew if you did jam with him because He's a cool guy. Like, he wrote a book. He got some books published. Like,
Yeah.
he did a bunch of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my God, who was that fucking weird guy? That
Which one?
Which one?
Yeah, Bruce. When we play the fucking Hatchet song.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bruce.
that song was so cool.
That guy was a fucking character.
Yeah, Bruce is cool. You still talk to
Oh,
Bruce
yeah.
a lot.
No, I wouldn't say a lot.
He's one of those wilder people that I've ever met.
He's definitely, and like, if you just look at him and the way he carries himself and stuff, you wouldn't realize he's a really intelligent guy. Like,
Yeah.
you can have real deep, intelligent conversations with him and stuff, and he knows he has a lot of information stored in there. But yeah, he's out there for sure. I went up to visit him a couple times. He lives in New York, Long Island.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we went and saw Slipknot together actually a couple years ago, maybe 5 years ago or something like that. And we tried to see Manson and Rob Zombie, and it rained.
I remember when that was going on. I'm like, that's probably pretty cool.
Yeah, well,
What,
I drove
Manson,
all
Rob
the way
Zombie?
up there. We got into the concert. I think the first band played, or maybe even the first two band played, and then where we were at, it was a really awesome place. The venue was like along the water. It was like an inlet or something for the ocean, because it's on Long Island, so it's surrounded by water. But the concert, it was like water all around the whole back and the sides of it, and you're sitting up here in the
Yeah,
stands.
like, where you at, Long
But
Island?
a bad thunderstorm came in, and they
Harrisburg.
said take shelter and
Fuck that,
underneath, and they ended up canceling. We sat under there for
Oh,
like
no, New
fucking
York.
3 hours underneath in the building, and then they finally canceled it. We're like, son of a
What
bitch.
the fuck? It's like
I drove all the way to New
They
York
could-
to see them.
they could refund your ticket, but they couldn't refund
Yeah.
your driving the whole way to New York. and
Well,
getting
not-
let down.
I can't remember where I saw
Yeah,
them.
we got fucked on that one.
Me and
It
Laura
would have
went
been
and
like the
saw
worst day of my life.
Manson.
Not trying to make it worse, but that'd be like the fucking worst day of my life.
It
Drive
was
the whole way. What's that, like a 5-hour drive?
5 hours up, yeah.
Sorry, folks.
But it was
park's
still cool to
closed.
see Bruce, and I went up both
Well, you
times.
probably chilled then the rest
Yeah,
of
I think I stayed up here for a couple days, and he showed me around Long Island, and then his family took us out to like some restaurant where they karaoke that night and all this.
It was an awesome show.
It was a good time. But
You missed an awesome show.
yeah, I'm sure of it. But I can't do shit about it. So
Yeah, because
I took some video.
I went to Brooklyn to go see a show, and by the time I got there, it was like basically over and everything. But I was hanging out with some cool people, and we got lost going to it, and had all kinds of adventures.
nah.
And then we got there, and it was fucking over. But it's
Damn.
not like it was a bad.
Yeah.
It's not what we wanted to happen.
Yeah, but it's
I
still.
went to
adventure.
Yeah,
Lollapalooza.
it's still fucking what happened.
I went to a
Right.
Lollapalooza, and the band that was on stage when we walked in was Rage Against the Machine, and they were doing their protest. It was down in the place they tore down in New York or in Philadelphia. I don't remember. RFK, I think it was, or something like that. And they were on stage for 15 minutes as we walked in, and all it was feedback playing like at high pitch the whole time, and they're up there standing butt naked on the stage with like letters of protest on their chest and stuff, and I'm like, what's going on? I came here to see a show. We were rushing in because we're like 5 bands late of a 10-band show. And Rage Against the Machine's just up there protesting. They didn't play that day.
Oh damn.
That's one of those bands when I feel like telling them, keep your, I like you guys,
They were
but
super
keep your
political,
fucking protesting and all that to yourself.
Yeah.
And let me hear some good music.
It was,
I think that's probably why they broke up anyway.
what, Rage?
The other band members were probably like, dude, come on, calm down.
Yeah, right.
We know bad shit happens.
There's probably
Who
some.
knows why, but that, in my
Podcast out
head, I
there.
was like, always thinking the other bandmates must get fucking annoyed. Because he's got specific views. I can't guarantee the whole band does. And they're probably sitting there like, oh, here he goes again. Like fucking, like those early Christian bands where their lyrics would basically be like preaching.
Yeah.
Striper?
I grew. Yeah, exactly. Like
You're on the Striper shit
I-
lately,
I-
aren't you?
Striper's a
He's
good
been
band.
on Striper a lot lately.
It's the
No,
best
the-
Christian band of all time. No, I'm
The
just
album
kidding.
I had was Soldiers Under Command. And that was awesome. I still remember the guitar riff in the
You had their album.
Soldiers Under. Yeah.
Nice.
But then later on, bands like that were considered Christian bands, but had basically normal lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, what am I fucking talking about? So that's one of those things where the bandmate, the bandmates of them early Christian bands were probably like, dude, here he goes again, man, fucking preaching.
Yeah.
I'm trying to rock
Creed?
out.
Creed probably broke up for that reason or whatever, or wasn't it public why they broke up?
I
I
was
don't
annoyed
remember.
by them when they were around, and now I listen to them and I'm like, they were cool.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
Metallica's Load album, I think we had this conversation.
But
I like it.
you like it better now than you did when it first came out?
I hated it for like fucking 15 years.
Yeah. I like everything
It's not
Metallica's put
bad.
out, actually. I can't find I can't say a bad
You
thing
know,
I have to be
about
honest, I lost all interest in Metallica a long time ago, and I haven't, unless it's on the radio, which really they don't even play that kind of stuff on the radio anymore. You know what I mean?
I don't want to
The
know what
shit
they're
on
playing.
105.7 now is real poppy. It's like not.
Well,
Imagine
I mean, they do
Dragons
have
and
some.
shit.
there's,
Yeah, it's
there's
not.
some variety.
That's
I
the
mean,
magic.
there's
But
There's
it's a
good music.
lot of pop on there now.
I know. Well, I really don't like hearing Machine Gun Kelly on 105.7.
What?
X. Do you love
I
Machine Gun Kelly?
don't even want to know anymore about this conversation.
He's out of this.
Dude, I know that because when I was a little kid, it was 105.7 The Edge
Yeah, I remember
back
that.
then,
Yeah.
and I grew up listening to these cool songs. Every now and then there'd be one I'm like, that sounds really cool and stuff like that. And to this day, if I hear one, it's nostalgic.
Yeah.
But it's like as time went on, it's like nothing that they play is cool at all.
Yeah,
anymore.
it's getting bad.
And if it is a good song, they play it so much that you're like, I actually don't want to hear that anymore.
I think we should put the X on and see,
Oh, it'll be a test.
just to see what
It'll
they
be a
have.
pop song.
Do I have?
You want to place a bet?
I don't think I have to download an app to get it on my phone.
Like fucking roll dice and shit. I bet you $5.
If it's a
it'll be
pop
bullshit
song.
song.
I mean, the odds are pretty good.
Yeah, it's always fucking bullshit.
It's a bet. I might be able to win.
I have
I
a
don't fucking.
App Store, Play Store, what's it called?
I haven't heard of radio in a while. I don't do anything except CDs and vinyl, basically.
Yeah.
I went back to my roots because I was like, there's too much music available. And if I freeze up, and I'm like, there's so many fucking options. What I'm listening to now is probably not the best thing there is. And I just keep
It
going
might
and going.
be. I mean, it might
So
be.
I go back to listening to the whole albums like I did when I was a kid.
That's cool.
And I enjoy it. I don't feel so stressed out.
I do that sometimes with it. I mean, mostly all I do listen to is older music for the most part. There's not.
Yeah, me too. Because like a lot of the newer
I think
stuff
it's
that
good,
comes
but
out is just like
I'm installing it.
a bullshit version of the older shit.
It just feels. I don't know.
Make some new shit.
It's different.
Don't try to do a parody of something that was cool.
What, the radio
And
station?
make it sound
The
like
radio
shit.
shows?
Yeah,
Yeah, that
that's
morning
why
show's
the old bands were
horrible.
good. What's this?
Should be the
I
radio
like going.
station.
There was one time I pulled into Naughty Pine in the parking lot, and I did the touch tunes thing,
Oh yeah.
and I just racked up a bunch of obnoxious death metal and shit, played it, and drove out. I'm like, out of nowhere, they're
I
gonna
bet they
hear
hated
Cannibal
that. I think
Corpse.
that the
Yeah.
bartender could skip it from behind anyway. She probably wasn't there pushing that button. I saw Cannibal Corpse. I don't know, 2019. Yeah, they played up at Chameleon Club,
Oh yeah,
and I'm not really. I can't say I'm a fan of Cannibal Corpse, but my brother was.
probably fun anyway.
Yeah, well, it was cool. But because Shane was a fan of Cannibal Corpse, I wanted to check him out. So I went and saw them. But yeah, that was pretty cool.
I had one of their albums when I was younger, and I wanted to hear it because of the album cover, because the cover was so fucked up. And it was basically the first death metal band I ever met.
The singer the whole time did the hair.
Yeah.
The whole time.
And his neck is huge.
His brain is probably like
from doing that.
He has to have brain damage. His head's bobbing around.
Oh my God! Yeah.
An hour and a half of your brain slamming against your skull.
He's crazy like that. He does, and I don't know how. And that's got to be why his neck's so good.
When he talked, he was real soft spoken. You wouldn't have pictured the vocals that come out of him when he was just talking regular.
I think he's like a computer nerd type of guy. Like loves horror movies and fucking. Well, you remember the cartoon Death Clock?
Oh yeah.
The lead singer on that cartoon was modeled after him.
Okay.
That's who he's supposed to be.
Yeah, I definitely heard.
So the singer of Cannibal Corpse would wear the Death Clock shirt for like ever after that. So that was.
I can't get this to work, so I don't know what I'm supposed
Well,
to do.
we're being spared some pop music.
Yeah, I don't even know a lot of what comes out anymore. I really don't.
It seems like it's more geared toward teenagers and it's like a lot less rock.
Yeah,
you know?
I hear certain things and I'm like,
I mean, there's still a couple songs I like, but most of it is just like, what? I can't believe you're playing that on here.
There's also a lot of really good bands that come out that are new, but it's like the overall.
Is there
Would
supposed to
see
be
the
a
overall
thing that was
flow of where music is
It
going.
says accept, but it doesn't.
I can't play songs on it anyway.
Hold on, let me get my granny glasses out here.
But
You should come up to Sherry's and jam again. Play a song or two. Maybe try to record chickens. Throwing chickens better.
what was I saying? Chicken, darling.
On a bed of rice. It would be so nice.
On a bed of rice. That's like a Billy Corgan thing.
With a side of asparagus.
With a side of asparagus, and then we go.
Did we even have asparagus, or did I just like saying?
I think
you maybe were on asparagus.
Because I wasn't in a band at the time. It was just me and Jimmy Runkle. Remember, he came over a couple of times.
Yeah,
It was just me and him in the room, and I made a song called Asparagus Man. In there, it was like, worked all his life, did the best that he can. People always called him the
Now it says
Asparagus
accept.
I like that. Cool. Here we go.
Right.
We'll see what the 105. Oh my God! What
Yeah,
am
but
I installing now?
I can't play songs though.
What do you mean?
I can't play songs.
Oh, on the
We do
video.
Oh,
copyright.
that's right. Oh, how you did all that for nothing. You have to do it quietly. So you
I don't know why. Or I don't know.
But we can talk about the songs that they're playing, though. We can say
That's not allowed.
for example, so Candlebox.
Now that's good.
Yeah.
I have that album.
Well, that one I was
That's
looking.
good.
They
Yeah.
fall under grunge.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I have the second one, Lucy.
It's just that occasionally they'll play some bad stuff, but you know they have to play some
More
of
than
the
occasionally.
So
popular
first song
rock.
that pops up, not so bad. Is this an online?
All right, I would have lost that bad.
This is online, but like
It's online
on the
version
radio. It's
of
like
the radio.
10 seconds behind the radio, basically.
Does it
Just wanna
like
make sure it's the same
bypass
song.
the commercials?
No,
It has the commercials.
no, I think it still has the commercials, but I don't know if it does different commercials or not, because it's always popping up advertisements on this thing. as you
Oh,
can
it might be
see.
different ones.
Uh-huh.
Fucking everything used to be free, and then now you use. I just stopped using stuff if it pops up with advertised. Like YouTube, I'm like, all right, fuck you guys. You're gonna be dicks now.
Yeah.
Commercials, I'm not using it. I'm gonna put this on YouTube.
See now, I ended up getting that
But I
YouTube
did do
Premium,
Yeah.
Is it? See, a part of me like thinks that if I get that, I'm being a little bitch, and they got me.
I mean, they do because
That's why I don't do it. I'm
if
like,
you do it,
Well,
they do got you. Because
They got my son, and I got it for free. So.
is it?
I mean, there's some TV shows and movies and stuff on there too through that, but I got it for so I didn't have commercials, and I think it was $5.99 or something when I got it.
A month?
Yeah. Well, now it's $9.99 a month, and
I see what they're doing.
I didn't have it for a while, you know. I let it go, and I couldn't stand it then. YouTube's horrible after you're used to not having it. So yeah, if you do it, you're never going to go back. I mean,
yeah,
you're in.
it's a big decision.
It is not. Yeah, it's a commitment. It's a lifelong commitment because
Next song on the radio
you'll never
station.
go back.
You got
Evanescence's newest song.
I don't know if I heard that.
It's called "The Bitter Truth" or "Better Without You."
She's eating
The
acid,
bitter
like
truth.
acid or whatever.
Something happy pill or a sad pill.
Ecstasy.
Let me see what
Both.
song it is.
So what would it do? Would it like flag this whole video?
Yeah, well,
Part of that song will get cut.
I don't know. It'll say like, what's it? You can't monetize it, like for the whole video. Not that I'm gonna fucking monetize anything.
Right.
Yeah. Fuck
It's
them.
not like you know. I was gonna call this podcast "Fuck Famous People," and then I was like, well, let's suppose that some kind of famous person. And people kept telling me not to put fuck in the name. Because the first name I was going to call it Fuck Your Mother. Just to be a dick. And then I was going to call it Fuck Famous People. And then it's like, you probably shouldn't put fuck in it. But actually, the first episode I did was just sound. And I just had a bunch of bullshit on my mind that I didn't feel like writing down. I wanted to write a journal or something to keep it because my head was fucking going nuts. And I'm like, my hand can't keep up with my thoughts.
Yeah.
So I recorded it and ended up, and then I did a couple more, and they were just audio, like an audio journal. And I wanted to send some people ones that I did, and it's like, you're going to download an email and open up this. And they're like, I'm not fucking doing that. And then I was like, I guess I'll start a YouTube.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that became to a point where I was like, I want to have guests, like real podcast, like Joe. I'm like Joe Rogan.
You are the new Joe Rogan.
A bullshit fucking B-rate.
You just got to get a better guest on than me.
I liked. I watched the
Sherry
one with
did.
Patrick. That was cool.
Yeah, he lived in my house. The one with Kyler, he lived in my house. Yeah, so I was like, I know a lot of people that are more interesting than famous people.
Yeah.
The famous people are just people. And then they talk, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know, to hear, like I watched. And it's one thing if like they're in a band and you're like really want to know what happened when he was making the music.
Yeah, like stuff like that.
Oh, I love the ones that I watched where you were talking about the VH1 behind the scenes.
Did you ever watch Beware of Mr. Baker? It's a Ginger Baker story. He was a drummer for Cream.
Oh, okay.
He's crazy
Cream
as
is
fuck.
fucking insane.
If you watch him, he is just he's a nut. It's a good documentary. It's probably my favorite.
What's
I
it
think.
called?
Beware of Mr. Baker.
Mr. Baker.
It's the full
That's
thing.
his
Is
name.
that on Netflix or?
His name was Ginger Baker, but it's called Beware of Mr. Baker, and it's on YouTube. The full version of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I watched that a couple times. It's interesting. He's a real interesting guy, but he kind of reminds me of Bruce in some ways, like how wild he is. And then some of the shit he's talking about, his bandmates, like he got in a fist fight with his bandmate in the state, like all kinds of stuff like that. It's just
remember when
listening to him
Bruce-
talk.
Remember when Bruce
He's
brought
cool.
the
He's
doll?
interesting.
He had the like little porcelain doll, and he brought
At
it.
the Friends
And
Club,
he's
he
like, I
dropped
really
it.
want to be on stage with this doll. And we're like, all right, Bruce, here's your chance to come up. He comes up, breaks it.
Yeah, porcelain doll.
Dude, that
He's
guy
carrying
was
it by the
fucking-
hair.
He can come up on stage to do that one song,
So
Lizzie Borden, and
intense.
people would be like looking at him like, who the fuck is this guy? Shit just got fucking raw all of a sudden.
I thought that was fun.
I'm so bad at remembering
Bringing
people's
him up
names and
there.
stuff. What was the one artist that used to do that? Like, we used to compare him to. He had the initials.
G.G.
Yeah,
Allen.
that's what I was
Allen.
gonna say.
Yeah, Bruce was like that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird to
Not
say about him,
quite
but not
as
as
bad,
crazy.
but He's on that.
Oh,
He's
at any
that-
point he
he's that-
could have done the same stuff. I think, guys.
What the
Given
thing
time.
is, with him, he at first he comes off as like fucking psychotic, and then, but you can have a really deep ass conversation with him that you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
have with
He's
a lot of people.
He's a really
Yeah.
good guy. He's
I've met a lot
always-
of people like that. They just seem totally fucking nuts, and it's like, oh well, they can think about more shit than
That's
your
true,
average
yeah.
person. Maybe that's why they're fucking nuts.
Yeah, I liked when we did that on stage. I always thought that was fun. But the best version of it, he was in the basement, and at one point he went over to the microphone stand and grabbed it. He squatted down and was going on the microphone stand. Yeah, he was a trip. That one time, yeah. I didn't.
Borden took an axe.
Yeah, that's a good
That
one.
was really his song that he should have just done. Like he was crazy enough to
No
make
way.
it sound good.
When you were doing, you
I
were
liked
doing, yeah, the two of you together sounded good.
Yeah, I mean,
like
it had to be both of them.
Well, he's the one that fucking made the song. Right?
Well, it's just a nursery rhyme, so he just started saying it too
I
at
watched
one time.
that.
But yeah, I guess it was his idea to do it to that
Wicked
song
Seed.
The fucking Lizzie
Lizzie
Borden,
Borden.
with Bruce.
TV show was like one season, and then they had a movie.
This one right
So
here.
I
Right?
watched that fucking shit.
I'm
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
sure it's that one.
I'm putting my sunglasses on. My cat's going out. Yeah,
Yeah, Bruce was this
Thank-
fucking maniac.
but I thought it said Lizzie Borden with Bruce. Does that
Well, that
say?
one does say Bruce on it. Featuring Bruce.
Here, so put it so you can see it. And the song itself was like really not a good. It's like a no frills. Oh, aren't you fancy with your little?
My kickstand.
You gotta fucking.
No, I'm not going to hold it there the whole time. I'm just going to show you Bruce and his.
Bruce Keller.
He definitely looked as
Yes.
God with G.G. Allen's man.
Especially there.
This was acting school.
Yeah, he does look like G.G. Allen. That's fucking cool. That's fucking cool.
This was our number 3 hit. With the chicken, bone chicken, lettuce, mayonnaise, onions, and tomatoes. I like how it's not like LTO.
LTO.
It's not lettuce, tomato, and onions. It was lettuce, mayonnaise, onions, tomato.
It was onion, lettuce,
Or no.
mayonnaise, tomato. Because
I think it was lettuce, mayonnaise.
no, it ain't.
onions,
Because the name of the song is OLMT.
Lettuce, wait.
Onions, lettuce, mayonnaise, tomatoes. What you're-
Onions.
lettuce, mayonnaise, tomatoes.
I'll put them on.
Oh, yeah.
Sandwich if you say so.
Onions, lettuce, mayonnaise, and tomato. I'll put it on your.
So if you say so.
I'll put it on your sub if you say
I
so.
love that stuff. That is so cool.
But yeah, Bruce went to acting school, and the director, I think he was, of Iron Man. I'm trying to remember what his name was. Jon Favreau. He went to acting school with Jon Favreau. Bruce did. Like they were friends when he was younger. But
Did
I
he ever
think
do a movie?
Bruce, no, he never did it. He does have two. He was in two movies. He made one movie that's like real low budget, but he was in a movie. Oh fuck! I just looked this up the other day. When he was young, he was in a movie with That's the one where he goes down and grabs the mic stand and starts.
Oh, I should have brought it up for that.
But I think
And then
because he.
fucking, the dude, oh man, I feel retarded.
That's probably my fault.
The dude that you guys hung out with, going blank in my head. Oh my god. Like, fucking, I hang out with him all. Yeah, Matt
Flayhardy.
Yeah, Flayhard.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. That guy's awesome.
Yeah, he was a car
With
man.
him. I met him at a fucking hippie festival tripping on acid. He's like, oh, we'll come back into my tent real quick. You know how he talks? He had a glass boot he was filling up with beer.
Yeah. He would traditionally bring that to his buddy's party every year.
That's what it was, a fish fry or something.
Yeah.
I snuck in with my buddy, knew someone, whatever. like it was that big a deal. I ended up there. I didn't know what the fuck it was.
Yeah.
Someone's yard.
Yeah.
They had bands playing.
He used to do shows at his place back in the day too.
Yeah, what was his name? Drew. Drew's
Oh,
house.
I think he still does parties every year because it's in July.
Yeah, I think he.
And Jay used to go to that too. Jay Robinson.
Well, if this is the same thing,
I think it is.
I was outside tripping on acid, and I needed water. I absolutely needed water, and I had this bottle, and someone's like, "Oh, walk in the house, into the kitchen, and fill that." I walked in, all these like suspicious looking characters that were geeked out on meth, most likely. They all just looked at me like, "Who let you here?" And I'm filling the thing with water, and I'm like, "They just said you shouldn't be here." And they're all looking at me. I'm like, "Oh my god, I gotta get the fuck out."
That was probably
I don't know what that was about.
What was his name? I'm saying his name wrong.
I wasn't supposed to be in that
Who's the
fucking
guy at
house.
the
though.
party?
You said it right the first time, Mom.
Was it Dale? No, Drew.
Yeah, Drew.
Yeah, that was probably Drew because for like, I mean, I haven't seen him for like 7 years, but for that time span for 10 years back, he'd go to shows and put contact lenses in that were like red with like a snake eyes or something, and go to watch like local shows and bands and stuff, and he'd be the creepy guy standing over in the corner. So it was probably him and his family sitting in there, and they're like, "Nobody's allowed in here. The party's outside or something."
Well,
But yeah.
someone told me to go in there. Like, I had no water. I needed water.
I remember going to one of Drew's parties, and we were sitting out in the backyard, and we were all just hanging out and smoking weed over in the corner like I always do. And somebody's like, "Yeah, they bring out brownies, but there's none out right now. You'll see when she comes out. She'll bring out brownies, and people will get up and start walking up." Dude, she brings out a tray of maybe like 75 to 100 brownies on the tray, puts it down on the table, turns around. Before she gets back to the house and in, almost every single brownie's gone. I got up to the table. There's like 6 brownies. I like grabbed all 6 of them. Like, fuck that. They're like, "They'll bring more." I went back and sat down. We all tried the brownies. We ate them, and waited like half hour later. She came out with more.
Damn.
I'm like, I was like, "This is awesome. I love this party." That was the one time I went there that they did that. Every other time I'm like, "Where's the marijuana brownies?" Like, "Oh, we don't do that no more." Yeah, it probably cost you guys like $700.
Yep. And then just give it to people. Yeah, but I slept in my car. It's horrible. I hate sleeping in my car. Like it's like I can only do this thing if I crash in my car. Else I can't fucking go. And you wake up sweating. The sun's beating through the car. You got a headache.
Yeah, I only fall asleep in my car usually, and like back in the day, we'd go driving from Reading to home from work after working in a bar and then drinking afterwards, and then all right, we'll go home at 4 o'clock in the morning and drive home. We take turns driving home. You know, one week it would be him, next week it'd be me or whatever, and yeah, I had nightmares of like waking up behind the driving wheel. Like I'd be in the passenger seat driving, you know, falling asleep, and I wake up and reach for the steering wheel because, like, you know how it feels when you fall asleep at the wheel.
Yeah.
And then we'd pull over. I'd be driving. I'm like, I'm so tired. I got to pull over. I pull over, park on the side of the road, and we'd be sitting there, and I'd be sleeping. I wake up and I grab the wheel, and I'm like, oh wait, we're stopped. We're good. Man, that's the worst.
I hate
waking
that
up.
because it's like, I really have to get home, and this driving is really a bad idea right now.
Yeah, I'll pull over. That's the last alternative.
I would do that at work a lot. Back when I worked at the sheet metal place, I'd have to wake up at 3:30 in the morning to get to work at 5. And I would be falling asleep welding. And I like spot welded my fucking finger.
Damn.
It hurt so bad. You know, I'm just sitting there like that. So driving a car or operating heavy machinery, it's probably best you're not nodding off.
Nah, there's no fun in it.
Yeah.
What else you want to talk about?
Well, what have you guys been doing? Been like 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, me and Sherry see each other maybe 3 times a month because it's so hard to get everybody that's working in a band to all be there every week and every other week. So we're like canceling. But for the last like 3 years, we've been jamming out and making songs and writing music and just doing what we like to do.
People's schedules get complicated as time goes on.
Yeah.
It just it would
And
be
the
so
older you
awesome.
get and shit too don't help. You know?
Yeah, it'd be so awesome if you could just go back to when you were 18 years old and start a garage band again.
Yeah, all this enthusiasm and energy involved in it. And like for me, I'm actually getting fucking tired of life. It just don't stop coming at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get that's why I haven't done music in so long. I'm just fucking tired.
So for me, it's the distraction from that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Music's my only escape from
that's
all
a better
the
word,
mundane
escape.
bullshit.
It is like that because the music's it's like a drug.
Yeah, because I can get so focused on that, then I'm not even thinking about that other dumb shit. You know, it's
Everything's gone. You're right in the moment. No other bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just that nothing can. You can't explain the feeling of like jamming with like 4 or 5 people at the same time, and then like making up a sound. And you all look at each other like, "Well, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?" And like everybody knows it. That's the coolest stuff. And like, it might not sound that great to the outside ear, but to the people that are playing it, it's like, wow, we just.
That's
did
almost my. That's almost my favorite thing. Is just the practice. It's like there ain't no one here, but we just made some fucking song right off the top of our head.
Yeah.
Like you're creating. I like the shows too.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Honestly.
But honestly, it's kind of
Beer
like
and hot wings and playing.
exhausting in a way, like hauling your shit in and out. You know what I mean?
Drive an hour
We
away.
didn't have a show for a while, and then we did one. I'm like, why the fuck did I want to do a show?
Drive an hour
This
away
sucks.
with all this equipment. You start playing, and it's like, oh my god, there's 10 people here.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck, man?
And,
Like,
and,
I couldn't invite them over to
and the
the
bar
basement.
manager comes up and says, "Can you guys please turn it down a little bit?" What the
What
fuck
the
did you
fuck
even
are
invite us here
Yeah,
for?
I might as well stay at home and fucking play video games or something. I
Yeah.
didn't know about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had pretty good crowds though. Most of the shows we did together.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't matter to me as long as there were some people there and they were into it and smiling.
Yeah.
If there was 5 people and a couple people were there smiling and liking it, that's all that mattered. If there's 20 people there and they were like doing this and walking away, I would that would be worse.
Or that shit never happened.
It happened to me once when I was playing in my other band, like 20 years ago.
What was it?
I don't know who it was. It was just, we were at the depot and there was like Coiled.
Oh, that happened when you were playing with Coiled?
Yeah. We were on stage and the guys came, it was a tall guy.
Your guitar?
Yeah, it was a tall guy and a short guy, right? And they came up and I think they were like big fans of the band that just played before us or was going to play after us, either or. And I don't even know who the bands were. But they came up and there wasn't a lot of people in front of the stage. So they came up and there were like literally the only two people standing there. They were standing like a foot away from me as I'm playing. And the stage is about this high up off the ground. And I'm playing and the little dude walks up and he's like, touches my guitar strings and strums it. I was like, yo, dude, do that shit again. And he reached out. Oh, no, well, actually, before that, they walked up and they went like this and just gave the middle fingers and then just stood there. And then he reached out and strummed my guitar strings. And I said, do that shit again. And he went like this. I just reached out, kicked forward, hit him in the chest, knocked him backwards. And like everybody like kind of jumped out. And, you know, I think we stopped for a second. I don't even remember exactly what happened after that. But her brother was recording, or actually I think you were recording it, and her brother got the videotape, and then like at one point he like, and this is on VHS tapes, he took the VHS tapes and spliced it and put it over top of 3-4 different tapes and layered it all the way down until he had a dubbed version of it to where the guy was getting kicked in the chest, and it just repeated the chest kick over and over and over. And I was like, that was so awesome. And he had a music video playing behind it, the whole thing. I was like, and he did it with like what, a couple TVs and some VHS.
He should do all kinds of shit like that. I mean, he never went to school for it or anything, but he just would figure shit out.
And he did it analog. Like when I was a kid, I would have a CD player and cassette tape, and I would take like 20 CDs and chop them all up and make some kind of weird sounding song thing. And it was analog. Like that wasn't with a computer.
Yeah.
Like you can do that in 2 seconds now.
Right.
For whatever fucking weirdo would want to do that. but yeah. Like you're saying that analog, that takes a lot of fucking. That's your hobby.
Yeah. Well, that was, you know, you're sitting around doing nothing. You're like, got the VHS tape in front of you and the video there. You're like, yeah, I can do this. Bang, and he just got into it and just did it.
Yeah, I kind of started doing that like obsessive compulsively as a kid. I was obsessed with music and the structure of the songs. Like typically you play 4 things of whatever the fuck riff. Yeah. You might add the drum more, play 4 more of it, do it like that shit. I'm obsessed over that shit like my whole life.
Breaking down everybody else's music.
Like what age do you think you started that?
Oh, probably like 10. I saw music in colors in my head. I don't know how to describe that. It's well, sort of like the thing on your computer, the sound wave thing.
Yeah.
That's how I saw shit in my head.
Nice.
It probably actually like negatively affects my listening experience because I'm not hearing it. I'm paying too much damn attention.
It's hard sometimes because I mean I break down. I get to breaking down music, but then if I just concentrate on the lyrics, which is probably different for you because you are a singer, but if I just concentrate on the lyrics, I can kind of get lost in the whole song.
It's the opposite for me. If I concentrate on the music and try to put the lyrics in the background or without or with it, like you're. If I just try to focus on the music, because I focus too much on the lyrics and that type of shit.
Huh. Maybe that's the difference between singers and.
Because it's hard for me to separate, at least with music I've done, it's hard to separate my lyrics from the song, or it's hard not to separate my lyrics from the song and just hear the thing as someone else that wasn't even in the band would hear. It's hard for me to do
Yeah, when I listen to a song on the radio and I start getting into it and listen to it and I start hearing the bass and the guitar and then I'm like, oh, there's 4 changeovers and then they just did a bridge there. Oh man, this song's complicated as hell. And I start breaking it down instead of like literally enjoying the song. Like, oh, I would never want to play that song. Why would they even put that many changeovers in the song?
How do they remember? How do they even remember how to do that?
Yeah,
It bothers me. I can't listen to it.
Yeah, that's crazy. The crazy thing is, though, is like before you think about it, and you're like, oh, 5 changeovers, and there's a bridge, and there's this and there's that, and then when you actually play it and do it 5 or 6 practices in a row, then it's just like, oh, that's the song. You know what I mean? It's not like it's that many different changes and everything. It just comes naturally then. That's
when you finally realize that's how they do it.
Yeah, that's how it is. Practice.
They don't have to think about it like this.
Yeah, it's a muscle memory thing. Well, that you were so good at just like making up stuff, improvising, and just coming up with stuff and making it sound like you wrote it down. like where did that come from? I don't know. I just made it up. You didn't want to even say that. Is that the motorcycle?
Asshole. I'm trying because I can get real mad sometimes, flip out, and I'm trying not to address the situation.
Yeah.
Hopefully, don't make it worse.
Well, we won't. We're not going to talk about it either.
Well, I'm afraid that one day I'm going to walk out there and I'm just going to fucking yell at the guy, "You're the most obnoxious, disrespectful piece of fucking shit I ever fucking lived by. You're just going to sit there and rev that thing on the fucking side."
It's like I'm warming up my motorcycle.
So you do what I do, where you just try. You don't want to say anything because you know how you can
bottle it up
and then one day you're like, "Damn!"
I'll be choking him to death. People will be calling the cops and shit. They'll have me locked up. I'm like, you don't understand the revving, the noise. I'm trying to watch a movie. It's not what you think.
Yeah, I have a hard time bottling anything.
He's just sitting there doing
Yeah,
that
no,
shit.
I do the same shit where I just like to keep the peace. I don't like any of that kind of negative shit.
Well, I'm afraid of myself.
But it's there still. I never would have pictured that. You always seem so laid back. Maybe because we always kept you good and stoned.
Well, no, if I get pissed off, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have to just kind of learn to
literally, I think you mentioned this
just to
before. You literally see red, right?
Yeah, yes. Well, a lot of it was my medication they had me on, and they put me on a pill that calms me down. But I still don't, because I was crazy. I didn't know why. I went to a therapist. They were like, "What medication are you on?" I told him, and she sent me immediately to a neurologist. And he's like, "I told you, if this made you agitated, to call me." 2 years had passed.
Wow.
I almost strangled the guy at the cell phone store. I almost got fired from work.
Yeah, that's definitely a medication thing.
Restaurants. I thought I was just an asshole. I thought I just became an asshole, and then I didn't want to talk to anyone.
Celexa did that to me. They put me
it
on
was some
that.
shit like that. Like
and I was on Celexa, and I wanted to run these old ladies over at the Wise Market parking lot. And I called my doctor and was like, "Listen, this shit ain't working because I want to run old ladies over." And they were like, "Okay, let you take some Xanax with it then, and you'll be fine."
It's like, you gave me, like, the shit I get in the black market drug-wise doesn't make me want to fucking murder people.
Yeah, right.
Like, you warped my brain.
Yeah.
For me, it was seizure medicine because I have epilepsy. So it was like I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
I have to take something. So the old medicine was hurting my liver. The new medicine turned me into the Incredible Hulk. And then the newer one, Lamictal that they gave me, makes you super fucking happy. You're like all jokes and smiles, but it didn't work very well. I would start to convulse, and then so now I'm on the angry one and the happy one, and I'm like, it's like these
you have happy and angry moments.
These people that push pills are like fucking they're like making Frankenstein.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah,
they can give you 4 more problems. They can give you other pills for.
Yeah.
And it's like they don't even converse or talk about what the person's on already. In some cases.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And it gets
Yeah,
all
just
kinds
give
of
them more
fucked up.
meds.
We never have the epilepsy then when you were smoking like normal regularly, or
Did I ever have an episode or anything?
I mean, were you not up there, but you
Oh.
almost did one time.
I
remember you almost did, because sometimes we put them lights on and shit.
the
And you'd
lights,
be like, oh yeah, I
it's
can't.
lights do it. That's really
But
basically it.
Yeah.
The lights and
But they
if I don't
say-
sleep enough.
medical marijuana is supposed to.
No, it don't help that.
Yeah, that's what I wondered if that was
It don't
bullshit.
because when you smoke, you get anxious and you start thinking about different dumb shit you do.
certain stuff like the
That does not help epilepsy.
sativa. Like I have a weed like that, a strain at the house right now that's a sativa, and I haven't been smoking a whole lot, like just a little bit here and there. But I have an indica and then I have a sativa there. But when I smoked that sativa, I mean, right away I started thinking everything I said to everyone. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
It's
Like all that
tripping in your head.
yeah, all that dumb shit. And I
Yep.
thought, no more of this shit.
I do that.
But
I
that's
do that too, and I don't like it.
That's that particular strain though that did that to me. Like
Same.
no, it was because when I smoked the indica, it doesn't do that. If I smoke that sativa right away,
So the next time someone asks me which one I
you
want,
want indica.
I shouldn't be like, shut the fuck up and give me something. I don't care. I should be like indigo.
Indica to definitely give you less of
I
that.
always do the pineapple express guy.
I've been
I'm
smoking
like,
a lot
I
of
don't
mix.
fucking care even though
So-
I
got all
know
these
that's
different-
how I am, but
It's so stressful. They're like, this one was grown in fucking Puerto Rico from this, and then they sent it to this.
60% indigo.
It's like, shit, is that the best fucking one then?
the strawberry Kush, that's actually a hybrid, I think.
There's a lot.
The
Almost all of them
strawberry
are
Kush
hybrids.
though, the first day I got that, I smoked that. I thought, man, I feel like doing some fucking yard work. I was right out there pulling weeds and all this shit, and I was in the happiest mood. And then I looked down, and I'm only wearing one flip flop. I was like, what the fuck? My other flip flop was like 10 feet behind me sitting. I was like, this is some good shit. 2 thumbs up on the strawberry Kush.
Oh man!
So that might be my favorite strain.
Strawberry Kush.
Right
Yeah.
now I got Funky Charms.
I am straight
Never had
diesel.
that one.
I like anything sour.
Blue
diesel.
Dream,
I
I
love
like-
sour.
I like
Blue Dream.
Kushes.
Blue Dream is real fucking popular. Fucking the sour diesel back in when I was
I think
younger. That was
that's
like
the
one of
sativa,
the
isn't
only
it?
good kinds.
Yeah.
There wasn't many good kinds.
No, right? It was just like,
People nowadays would be surprised at how shitty it was.
Yeah,
They
diesel
would
is
respect
definitely.
the fact that they have such good
we're
shit.
spoiled now. I always said I would never become a weed snob, but I have.
It's almost inevitable now.
Well, I got my card, and then,
Oh, you have a card.
yeah. I
So
had
you
it
can
for
get
two-
all those cool products.
2 years now.
Do you
I
have
had
to
it.
have, is there a limit of what you can spend?
There is a limit, but it's a high limit. You could really,
You can go in there and spend $500 or $600.
yeah, it's a real high threshold that you can.
Yeah, my buddy has one and he gave me some of the products. They're pretty good. I'm gonna fucking kill this guy.
Like,
This fucking
what's he doing out there? Is
They're
he
cool.
showing- Is he showing his
Dude,
motorcycle
he does
engine
this.
off to his friend?
I don't know. He does this all the time. He's like, what are you fucking doing?
Are you
Like,
leaving, or
I
are you
wonder if that's what
gonna
Bobby
just
does.
turn it on and then go back
Like his
inside?
dude, it's
Hold on,
like-
wait. I got a motorcycle. You want to hear it? Then he goes
Yeah.
outside and turns it on.
Yeah, it's like he forgets what it sounds like.
He's
from day
making
to day.
Facebook videos.
Him sitting beside it.
Well, somebody was doing that the other day on my Facebook. It came up, and it was some dude sitting there on his bike doing that. Maybe it was him.
Oh, and it was weird because when he first moved in, I had a couple good conversations with him. He bought this bike, and now I'm like, fuck that guy. He's done. It is disrespectful.
Yeah.
This is the city. It's not like fucking like that deep in the city, but there's houses next to you.
Yeah, it's a small little area.
I don't know what to do. I cussed him out.
How bad? I have to pee again.
I was walking by him, and
Just
he was
going
doing
right
that, and I'm like, that's not fucking annoying. Jesus fuck. And I went in the house, and it went away for like a day.
Oh,
he just
day.
keeps doing it, so I don't know what my options are at that point. There's nothing
Right.
else I can do.
So I
You
guess
gotta-
he owned that place too, or is he a renter?
He's.
Well,
I don't know, but he's next
The
door.
best
I
option
can
would be
call
to
the
talk to
borough.
the guy, but I don't think that would be the
Well, that
best
was my
option.
version of talking.
Yeah.
Right.
My version of talking.
I mean,
to
it
him was
doesn't
flipping
sound
out.
like he's gonna be the kind of guy that's gonna have any
The
respect
thing is,
about
he
it.
could be a really nice guy and just not be thinking about it. Like,
I don't know.
you know, there maybe he just doesn't.
Yeah.
To me, he's like this evil spawn of Satan.
I get real annoyed by like
I'm
my
watching a
neighbors
movie in
being
here.
loud and stuff.
Yeah, it's fucking.
Like I'll be in the house watching TV or something, and I can hear the kids next door screaming at like 11 o'clock at night. Be like, come on, have some fucking respect.
Yeah.
Go inside, or they'll have their music blaring for days when they're not even out there. Like loud enough, I hear it
I
over my
always kept-
TV.
I always kept my music in check, but ever since this guy's been doing that, I crank it. I walk across the street and listen to it.
Because he does that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
like, I will stop doing this.
I'm
I
trying
don't
not
think
to
it's
say
bugging
shit
him.
because there might be the day where I'm being loud and annoying and, you know, don't realize it or don't intend to, but it gets old. I definitely think it gets old.
Yeah, but it's like, what is he doing? It's almost like I should video record it, figure out what he's
See how
actually
many
up
times
to.
I
He
think
just
he
sits
likes
there.
to hear it or
Okay.
something.
But and he keeps it on
Does
the
he not? And he
sidewalk.
drives it, right? Let's
Yeah,
say-
drive it somewhere. That's what I'm saying. He should just drive it and go do that somewhere else where he doesn't.
But he
live.
does leave with it, right? It's not okay. Yeah, because I was thinking maybe he doesn't have a license right now or something, and he's missing it or something. But
See, what is he doing? He's not driving. Look, I'm afraid of what I might do to him one of these days. Oh, I guess he drove somewhere. But that's the thing. He could be a really fucking nice person.
right.
And that's just something that he does. And that's the only thing I know about him is he pisses me off.
Yeah, that would get old. Definitely.
Yeah, it's like, I used to fucking. Now I talk to these people over here, and they're like, our kids run around the house. You make as much noise as you want. We're just happy that you put up, because his kids run.
And the
all over.
kids don't bother you, but the bike does. Is it?
Yeah, because the kids thing, it's like, it's a lot of noise, but they're not trying to be. It's a bunch of kids running around like
They're
this.
just being kids.
This motorcycle shit's preventable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's kind of what it is. People got kids. I got my cat.
That's a pretty cool cat.
Oh, I itch everywhere.
Oh yeah, you didn't mention that you had poison.
I have poison ivy and it fucking itches. Really.
You want to touch it?
No, I'm good. Yeah, on the bushes. That's
Well, guys, fucking Sherry and Brian of Wicked Seed. And yeah, pretty good episode. Last words, motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers.
Alright. We're gonna fucking party.